All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to October's Mystery Stamping Night. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to wait until my little eyeball icon tells me that I have at least one person on before I get started. So if you're watching the replay, just give me a second, and then we'll get started. But just hold on patiently. When you hop on, please say hello and let me know that you can hear me and see me okay. All right, somebody's here, so all the pressure's on them to let me know everything is good before we get started, because I don't want something to go wrong. Or like I don't want you to say, I can't hear you, and then we're already all the way through the card. So whoever's watching, please say hello. This is streamed to Facebook. If you're catching this on YouTube, then you're watching the replay, and hello and welcome. All right, so let me start quick. All right, Cher is here and she can hear, two different hears. But I'm glad you're here, Cher, and I'm glad that your kitty helped you get ready, and I hope that they are watching too. And stamping, yeah. All right, so for October Mystery Night, if you participated last month, then you kind of know what's going on. Hi, Alicia. So yeah, if you participated last month, you kind of know what's going on, but I'll give a really quick recap. So I posted all the measurements in the Facebook event. I think I posted them yesterday. I did have one mistake in the measurements. Hi, Mom. I had one mistake in the measurements, and I promise I had you make one piece a little bit bigger, and it's supposed to be a little bit smaller. And it was just like a copy paste brain fart moment. So I'll get to that in a second. But you will have until Monday, October 11th at 12 o'clock Central Time to post a picture of the card you make tonight or over the weekend. You can make more, like you can make multiple, whatever, do you. But if you enter like 3 cards, you'll only be entered once for prizes, okay? So just putting that out there. And, the prize drawing will be Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock, or as close to 4 as I can make it. All right, so let's get started. We're going to kind of get started. So I did want to say too, for those of you who are familiar with my lives, you're used to seeing my face. Unfortunately, the way I have to do this, for you to be able to see the clues and my desktop, you don't get to see my face. So, oh, Keisha says she's the first timer, found me from the card making day presentation. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad you found me there, and I hope you enjoy tonight. Okay, so I'm going to flip and just remind you of one thing quick. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the right button here. Yep, there we go. All right, so like I said, you're not gonna be able to see my face, but I'll be back, I promise. All right, really fast. I wanted to bring both of these things up because they end tomorrow. So if you want in on my World Card Making Day specials, my ordering incentive, you'll want to make sure you place an order with me. Let me pop up that host code again because I know it's hard to read on my printout. There it is on the bottom of the screen, 2WRBTZU9. You'll want to use that, and then there are ordering incentives here. So for $25, you get dimensionals, $50, you get dimensionals and rhinestones, etc., etc. All of the details are on my website. And also during this time, for my loyalty rewards, you can earn double points. So for every $50 you spend, usually you will get 1 point. And you want to make sure you're hitting that $50 amount, okay? That's the cutoff, or 100 or 150, etc. But for right now, through tomorrow, you can get 2 points for every $50 spent, which is really exciting. So you can fill these out, and then you get to pick out $40 in free product. And I did want to point this out really fast too, because in my rules section here, the 3rd line says you cannot carry over amounts from a previous order. What I meant by that, just to clarify, is that like if you have, let's say you filled out all of these and you have 2 lines left, and you place a $150 order, so you get to fill out 3 lines. You can fill out 2 here and then do 1 on another form, but I don't want you to fill out 2 here and then fill out, you know, the 3 you would have gotten on the other form. Just to clarify that, that's what that line means. Okay, enough with that. Let's get going. Okay, I'm going to take this away and pop back to my comments. And here we go. Here's our measurements right off the bat. Okay, so I think you can see my mouse on the screen or on the video. Right here where it says white or vanilla cardstock, this is where I made the mistake. This right here is correct. What I posted in the event page was incorrect. I posted in there 5 1/4 by 4 inches for that piece. That's the standard size for the inside of a piece. I'm looking at the screen like you guys can see me because I can see me, but you can't see me. So anyway, you're going to want to make sure this piece is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, which matches that patterned paper number 1 down here in sizing. Okay, so luckily, if you would have cut this piece already, you would have made it a little bit bigger, so you'll just have to trim it down. All right, so we've got that piece, and then for your cardstock number 1, and again, I am using non-Stampin' Up! Paper because I don't want to influence what you make tonight. I want you to be creative to the nines. So I'm not even showing you the card I designed for this mystery challenge until Tuesday. It'll be on my blog on Tuesday, so that's super exciting. But for cardstock number 1, you need a piece that is 10 inches by 4 inches, and you're going to score it or fold it in half at that 5-inch mark. And then you need 2 squares that are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. All right. For cardstock number 2, you are going to need 1 piece that is, I'm finding here, 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 there. And then I'm trying to like follow along. Pattern paper. You guys are going to love my pattern paper. Don't you love it? You need 1 piece that is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And you'll need a second piece here that is 4 inches by 3/4. These 2 pieces can be the same pattern if you want them to be. And like I said, if you decide after you see what the card looks like, if you decide that you want something a little different, you can make another one. So that's the fun of it. All right, and then the next piece here is the vellum. On my original card, I did use vellum, and I really like the look, but I didn't use it for this one. So I actually have the same color as cardstock number 2 here. And this is 1 inch by 11 inches. That's going to be for a belly band. And then you just need a label of some kind. It could be a punch, an image that's die cut, an actual label, something that's going to be like a focal point, okay? And again, you guys are going to love what I did, which is it this piece? No, it's this one. This is my label. It is just a rectangle. That's totally fine. Like I said, creative liberty, do what you want to do with it, right? Okay, so you need that, and then you will need some kind of, oh, I lost it. Oh, here it is. You'll need like a little sentiment. Again, you can be creative with this one, but you'll need a little sentiment for like a 1-line kind of thing or whatever that'll fit on your label focal piece, okay? And then you might want some extra white to stamp an image and die cut it out if this is an actual label, etc. We'll get to that. Okay, so those are all the measurements. You probably already had those cut out if you have been following the Facebook event. So here we go, clue number 2. All right, clue number 2 says to score both of the 3.5 inch squares diagonally. So we're going to start with that before we read what the rest of that says. So you're going to need something to score. I'm going to use my Stampin' Trimmer. You could use a scoring tool. But what I'm going to do is score these diagonally, right? And you only need to do it once. So we're going to go corner to corner, excuse me. And if you're using the Stampin' Trimmer, that's the light gray here. The dark gray one cuts. You do not want to cut. So we're going to do that to both of these squares. And this is such a cool card. You guys are going to love it. I like to do fun folds for this. Okay, so once those are scored, we're going to adhere them to the back of this 4 by 10 inch piece. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. And I'm also going to fold these guys, okay, and burnish those. And then we will get them adhered. And I know you guys probably won't comment a ton because you're crafting, but if I'm moving too fast or too slow, please let me know. Also, you know, this replay will be available, so if you would like to watch it multiple times, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so I'm going to take the glue on just one of these flaps here, and what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of, now this is folded, remember, so we're going on the outside. We're not going in between these. We're going all the way on the back, okay? And we're going to line this up and fold it over. Now it kind of, depending on where exactly you scored this, like in the center, it kind of lines up with the top and the bottom. So you could use that as a guide. So we did that one side. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. You can use any kind of glue for these. I usually like to use seal, but tonight I decided to use liquid glue. So you can notice, so it kind of looks like an envelope on the back, right? So once you've got that part done, we're gonna adhere this to our 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece, okay? So this is the back. The front is the side that flips like this. The back is stuck down, right? So we're gonna take the back here and we're gonna adhere this to our 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece, just like that. So we'll leave kind of an equal margin on all the sides. Okay, so I'll give it just 1 second so I can get a quick drink, and then I will go to clue number 3. All right, so clue number 3 says to stamp on the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of the white or vanilla cardstock, and then we're going to adhere that to the inside of the 4 by 10 piece, okay? So you can, this is going to be the inside of the card, so you might want to use like a, you know, just keep that in mind when you're picking your sentiment. We'll go ahead and write like, you're the best. I have the best stamps out of everybody tonight. Just kidding. And then also, I will just mention this, and it wasn't a measurement that was required, but with your patterned paper, if you had like an extra little strip from cutting it or whatever, if you wanted to decorate the inside of this piece, go for it. I think that sometimes looks really nice on the inside of a card when it ties together the, you know, the outside and the inside. So totally go for it if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and stamp this piece up, do any coloring you need to do, and then we're going to glue it to the inside. And if somebody wants to comment, let me know how you're doing. I know you're stamping, and so you don't really want to type too. But just comment and let me know. Are we going too fast, too slow, just right? This isn't an overly complicated card, but it is really fun. So I think all fun folds are like that though. They kind of look complicated and you're like, how do you do that? And then once you do it, you're like, oh, that was so easy. All right, so I'm gonna give it a second just to see if anybody is saying to slow down, because I know that you guys are probably making it look prettier than me. Otherwise, we'll move on. All right. And I know there's a delay too. So, okay, so I'm gonna go on. Okay, so now clue number 4 says to adhere the pattern paper number 1, which is this piece that's 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 to the front of our 4 by 10 piece. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Just like so, and again, we'll leave that equal margin all the way around. Okay. Hopefully that one was pretty easy. Okay, so now when we fold this, we're going to take our 1 inch by 11 inch piece, which could either be vellum or cardstock, and we're going to fold it around the card. Oh, Keisha said best pattern paper ever. Yeah, I agree, right? But we're going to fold this around our card and then adhere it together. So if you've ever made a belly band before, what I like to do, or I should say if you've never made a belly band before, I like to use my grid actually to help me with this. So I'll line up the belly band piece and then I line up my card and I try to make sure everything is pretty centered, but it doesn't matter if it's not exact. And I actually will just go ahead and fold this and then crease it and then fold this. Now, sometimes with belly bands, people like to score them first. I don't, because usually I find that when I score them first, I make them too snug. So you want to be able, like your recipient's going to need to slide this off to open the card. So keep that in mind, and you might add some embellishments. So you want to make sure it can get over the embellishments, right? So just keep that in mind when you fold it over. You don't want to do it too tight, okay? So I'm going to add some glue, but this is where you would maybe want to use a stronger adhesive, maybe like a Seal Plus or tear and tape, or even like our normal seal would work. for this, but I'm just going to use some glue because these are just going to be templates. I'm not going to send this card out. I don't know who would want this card. No. All right, so we're going to do that. And once that's done, we're going to take our smaller strip of the designer series paper. Oh, I should add too. So you can see here that by folding it over, I made sure that it was laying on top of each other, right? So you don't have one that kind of skews off each way, right? Okay, so then we've got this smaller piece of the pattern paper, which is, I think it's 3/4 by 4 inches. And I basically want to hide the seam. Now, sometimes, let me show that to you again. Sometimes you'll just put the seam on the back, but I like to put it on the front and hide it if I can. So that's what I'm going to do. But if you want yours on the back, that is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this right onto the front here. And you can see that it doesn't entirely erase that seam, right? Because you can still see it on the top and the bottom. But our label, your label has the potential to cover it too. Okay, and you could also cut these pieces down a little bit shorter if you want. There's so many options. Okay, so we've gone ahead and done that. So we're going to move on to the next one. And this one says to stamp and cut out our stamped image and adhere it to the label. So what we mean by that is this is my label, right? I know it's just a rectangle, so it's hard to see. And like I said, you could also stamp an image and die cut it or punch it and have that be your label. I just want mainly, oh, look, I obviously made that loose enough because it slid right off. What mainly we want is some kind of focal piece right here. So if you want to just stamp an image and then punch or die cut it, that is totally fine. But I like to put a label on and then add an image. That's also, you know, an option. So what I'm going to do, that's going to be my label, and this is my stamped piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a smiley face. And then I'm going to draw a circle around it, and I'm going to cut it out. And I hope by doing this, that gives you a little bit more time if you're not caught up to get caught up. But I'm going to fussy cut. So you can fussy cut, you can die cut, you can punch. You can just stamp on another smaller label and adhere it to that. Whatever you want to do. And okay, this was a pretty easy fussy cut job. I'm glad I gave myself a simple image. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this piece and we're going to adhere it to our label. You could use dimensionals for this too if you wanted to, but I am going to just stick with my handy dandy glue. So there's my, see, so in this instance, I really could have just drawn that on my label, but I wanted to show you all the options. Okay, so we did that. And then oh, you know what? This clue doesn't actually say to glue it down here, but you need to glue it down. Right? It says stamp and cut out the stamped image and adhere it to the label. Stamp and adhere. Did I write to? Oh, I did. I said add label to the front of the belly band. Sorry. Well, it doesn't really matter which order you do it, but I'm just going to put some glue down here where I know it will be covered. And we're going to go ahead and put this down, and you can see right there that I covered up that seam. Right, so seam is gone. Alicia says she thinks she missed where the other cardstock goes. Uh-oh, which other cardstock? We can do a recap. I don't know if you can tell actually that there's a piece of cardstock on here. Can you tell that in the video? Because the blue and the purple are so similar. Can you see that? Is that what you're referring to right there, that piece? It just goes on the back to be your main card base. I would show you, but it's a little bit difficult. But imagine that this was the back and there's no pattern paper here. That looks a little bit messy. So it's just an extra piece on the back to hide all of that. Hopefully that was the piece you were referring to. Yes, that's what you missed. Okay, great, great. I was hoping that was the piece. So yeah, it just goes on the back. And yeah, just to make it a little sturdier and hold everything together. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is stamp and adhere our sentiment. And our sentiment is going to be really fun too. What did I write on the inside? You're the best? Okay, yeah, I think I did. So I'm going to write hello. Do you guys ever send hello cards? I used to all the time, and I got out of it, and I need to get back into that. So maybe I should make a point to make some hello cards this weekend. All right, so we got our sentiment, our beautiful sentiment, and let's pretend like I'm not super covering up the smiley face, even though I am. and we're going to adhere it wherever it fits. But the reason I told you to do a long and skinny one is so that it doesn't super cover up your image. But you know, like I said, you don't even have to do a sentiment on the outside if you don't want to. That is up to you, just as long as the card structure is the same, right? That's what makes it the mystery card. And then you can embellish as desired. I'm not going to add any embellishments to this, but that is that. Look at how fun this was, you guys, and how fast and simple that was. Okay, so I'm going to scroll to the last one and explain that. And then if you have any questions, anything you missed, let me know. All right, so here's the last clue. It says to take a picture of your card and post it in the comments. Now, you're not going to post it in the comments on this video. Instead, you're going to go over to the Facebook event, which is linked in the description. And this clue here, the picture of this clue will be there, and that's where you'll post your card, okay? So make sure you go over there and you post your card there. That's how you get entered in the chance to win a prize. And everybody is eligible for a prize. So I think I mentioned this before on a previous video. But I do have physical product to give away, some stamp set and some other things. And so those I like physical product I can only send to people in the US. Okay, that's Stampin' Up's policy, not mine. So I have to listen to it. But if you're international and you are participating and you win a prize, then you can let me know that you're international, and instead of the physical product, you could win a tutorial bundle. I have lots of PDF tutorial bundles, and you can have your pick of any one you want, and I will send that to you. So yeah, this was super fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how you're doing. Are you done or not? I can wait. I can talk. I can talk and wait until you're done if anybody needs some extra time. Let me flip back to me so you can see me. Hello. Or would you rather see the card? Here, I'll stop sharing the, hold on, can't talk and do stuff at the same time. How about that? Does that work? So you can still see the card in case you need to see that, but you can also kind of see me. I'll pull this off. So there's that belly band. Oh, my mom says she is done. Keisha, I do this every month. Last month was my first month, and this is the second one, and it's going to happen forever. So it is usually the first or second Thursday of the month. So you can look for that. And then you always have the whole weekend after to post your card. So I'll do the video on Thursday. And then you have until Monday at noon Central Time to post your photo of your completed card. So that way, if you can't catch me live, you can watch the replay. Or if you just need to watch again, you know, watch the live and watch the replay or whatever, or if you want to make more cards and you can't remember how, you are welcome to. Oh, Keisha, that's very kind. Keisha, if you want to, you can subscribe to my newsletter, and that way you'll get my event calendar every month. Okay, Cher says she's still working. She needs to die cut a label and figure out what she wants to stamp on the inside. Decisions are the worst. Yeah, I get that. But you can always make more cards, right? So you can, if you end up not liking it or you have two options or something in your head, you can make two cards. So that always works out too. All right. Yes, Alicia says she's still working too. Okay, let me take a drink. And let's chat. Do you guys have any questions or anything that I can answer? I'll tell you something really fun that I did today. I booked a trip for the first time in almost 2 years. I'm going somewhere. Other than I did go to Iowa for one night over the summer, which was a 5-hour drive. But I don't know. It was a trip, but this is like a fun vacation, like a super fun on a plane vacation. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And oh, Alicia said where? That would be fun to tell you, wouldn't it? Duh. We are going to New York City, my favorite place to travel to. So besides Disney, I also love traveling to Disney, but New York is like a special place in my heart. So we're going, which is going to be so fun. What else is there? I could talk to you a little bit about my October calendar, but let me pull it up so I have the dates right. Alicia said Broadway. Yes, of course, Broadway. Okay, sorry. Let me see that. Okay, so tonight we had mystery night, and then tomorrow, as I talked about before, we have our ordering incentive ends for World Card Making Day. So that will go all the way through the night on Friday, midnight Central Time. So if you have not placed an order and you want to do that, you can. You can also place multiple orders. I have had a few customers who have placed multiple orders, and so they're just going to get multiple things of what, those levels they hit. So that's super fun. And then starting on the 9th is something kind of fun that I'm excited to offer every month too, which is I'm calling it my card class to go. And you may have noticed that on my calendar, and I said that there would be more details, but you'll see, so I have an October host code that's different from the World Card Making Day incentive. And if you place an order there of at least $35, you're gonna get a card kit to put together on, let's see, October 28th is when we're gonna go live to do that. So that's going to be super fun, and I'm excited to offer that every month. Now, if you live internationally again, or if you're like a demonstrator or something, that video, the class to go, will be live streamed, so anybody can watch it. But if you want the actual card kit to make those cards, it's going to be either 3 or 4 cards. I haven't decided yet. Maybe not all cards too. So every month will probably be different, but it's going to be super fun, and I'm excited to offer that too. Let's see, what else do we have? 12 weeks of Christmas started on Wednesday, and that is super fun. So those are tutorials that are exclusive to my newsletter, all themed around Christmas cards and Christmas projects and things like that. So all of the emails in October will be cards, November's will be 3D items, and then December's will be like decorations and like bows for packages and things like that. So that's super fun. What else? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I totally forgot about this. And it's really exciting. So, do you guys want to see some sneak peek of new product? Oh my gosh. So, Stampin' Up! Surprised us last week and told us that they are doing an early release. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that off of the screen. I'll put it over here like this. Okay. Alicia said yes in all caps. I'm going to highlight that comment. Yes. Because yes. Okay. So Stampin' Up! Surprised us last week and told us that there is an early release of an item from the next mini catalog, which is super exciting. And so it's called Eden's Garden. And it's so pretty, you guys. So I got mine in the mail, I think yesterday, or not mail, UPS. Same thing, right? Okay, so here's the stamp set. It will be available to customers on November 2nd. And yeah, there's going to be some kind of class or something around this because it's so cute and I've seen so many Christmas cards. So this is going to be in the mini catalog that's coming up in January. Beautiful, very plant-like. So if you like plants, this is a good one. And also just some gorgeous sentiments in here. And then, you guys, I haven't even like taken these out of the package yet. I haven't played with them. Alicia said, awesome. Yes, it is awesome. I'm so excited about them. Okay, so here are the dies. These are called the Eden dies. Look at this, you guys. So they're like, this is a little like edgelet, right? So you can see here, it won't actually cut out, like this won't cut out. So you'd like, if you had a piece of cardstock like this, right? And then you put it along the edge, it will cut the side out, but it won't cut the rectangle, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This one is like a really cool label. And then there's these ones that are like floral frames, but you can cut them apart and make wreaths, which is super cool. That's one of the projects I saw from a concept artist. So these are available in the new mini catalog, but then there are exclusive papers that will only be available from November 2nd through, I don't remember the exact date in January when the catalog goes live, but it won't be available in the next catalog. It's only available as part of this like pre-order. And so there's 2 different paper packs here. There's the Ever Eden specialty paper. Let's take a look at it because it's gorgeous. And then you guys let me know how you're doing with your cards. I will stop blabbering when you guys are done. But oh my gosh, look at how pretty this is. So So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. And I'll read you the colors in this in a second too. Oh, so it's specialty paper because it's got gold foiling in it. Ooh, that's fun. I have not looked at any of this up close, but it's gorgeous. Wow. These are, oh, my mom says she loves it. Yes, so this looks like it's soft succulent in here, which is one of our in colors. And uh-oh, my earbuds just told me they're dying. So hopefully, ooh, look at that. It's ombre. So I will hurry up here before they actually die because I don't want to lose audio. But if I do lose audio, will somebody comment I lost audio? Yes, isn't it beautiful? Okay, all right, we're almost to the end of the patterns. Ooh, this one is pretty. Look at that. And I don't think my camera is doing these colors any justice, but it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. And then there is this, oh, I said I would read the colors. Hold on, let me do that. Share is done. All right. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even list the colors. Usually it lists the colors, but it doesn't. It looked like it was mainly soft succulent and evening evergreen, and some gold. But then I'll show you this. This is some cotton paper, which I believe is in also soft succulent and evening evergreen. And oh, I don't want to like, it feels like tissue paper. Look at how pretty that is. Super cool. And this, yeah, it really feels just like tissue paper. And there are 5 sheets of each color. Super, super pretty. I'm so excited to play with this. But my earbuds are going to die and you guys are wrapping up. So I will get that last clue, that post your card clue, up on Facebook as soon as possible. And you can post there. And then I will see you guys on Monday to draw winners. All right. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me kind of go on a tangent at the end. Yes, it's so pretty. All right. Thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Bye for now.